Hey everyone, great to see you again on another episode of Worcester's Cultural Buzz. I'm Stephanie Castano, here to guide you through another dose of cultural fever. In this episode, we celebrate the relationship between the arts and the outdoors. So stay tuned, I hear a buzz coming your way. I am standing in back of the Hanover Theater in front of Worcester's newest outdoor attraction, a 75 by 65 foot mural created by Damian Mitchell. Erin Williams attended the reveal and she talks to us about its impact on the city.
We're so excited that Damian Mitchell was able to join us here in Worcester as a part of our Make Art Everywhere campaign. This is our second large mural by an international artist, and part of the Make Art Everywhere campaign is to bring a national attention to the city of Worcester, to support local artists, and to also support young people in creating art for themselves. I just love the way it looks. Damian tied right into the feel of the Hanover Theater itself, and watching people each day go by, stopping, wondering, and just enjoying a beautiful piece of artwork. I'm a theater person myself, so it reminds me of that moment just before you go on stage. And there's that kind of revelation that you're going into another world and you're communicating with people in a new kind of way. So she has a sense of wonder about her and mystery, and I enjoy that.
Thanks, Erin. And here's a fun fact. The artist used over 250 cans of spray paint to create the sultry woman looking out over the city. Buzzing on to our next story, we've all enjoyed classical music orchestra performances, but have you heard a classical salsa orchestra perform? We just can't seem to get enough of that live music feeling here in Worcester. Let's spice things up a bit with Matthew Sanchez and his orchestra.
This is the second year that my band has had the opportunity to come and play for Out to Lunch. It's always a great crowd, it's always a great mixture, and I think it also introduces like the Latino culture and, salsa to the community. I think it's important that our neighborhoods come together and everyone gets to meet who everyone is and everyone gets to enjoy music. And if you see here all the different cultures that are here, they're enjoying music from a different culture. So it's kind of great for them to listen to that, and they'll go home and they say, you know what, honey, I listened to a good salsa band today. So it's an honor for me to be here and to be able to showcase my talent in my band and the Latino culture. You can't go to a salsa concert and not want to move your feet or move your hands, it's kind of like a moving music. Every year it gets bigger and bigger and everyone gets to enjoy it a lot more. But the crowd's definitely always more lively. I've been singing salsa for 11 years. I started when I was 16 years old at the Worcester Latino Festival. They had tryouts there, and I had just moved to Worcester, and You know, I started singing there and it kind of unrolled myself from there, and then I decided that I wanted to move up next and have a band, so it's kind of been a developing thing. Salsa has been a big part of the Worcester community for a long time. There's a lot of great salsa dancing schools out there like Raíces, Salsa Loft, you know, a lot of great people who support salsa, and salsa music and dancing isn't just about the Latinos. A lot of people think when you say salsa, you're thinking, oh, they must be Latinos. But there's, you know, American, Asian, all different types of cultures embrace and love and even dance better salsa than I do. I think, you know, there's a lot of genres of music that everyone's kind of clinging to, especially in the Latino community, like reggaeton or bachata or merengue, were a lot more popular and maybe easier to dance. When I decided that I wanted to do salsa, I wanted to do something that was going to be different. When I'm on the stage with my band and they, you know, the Latino culture, they see a young person and a young band doing salsa music, it's kind of, you know, they like that. It interests them. So I kind of wanted to do something that not everybody does. My band is, they're on their 3rd year this year. We always try to do our best. I mean, there's days like, for instance, I have allergies right now and I'm performing with allergies, so we need to cope with things. Things happen, like my musician was late, and, you know, things like that happen. But I think once we're on stage and everyone's here and the music starts going, the most important thing is getting the crowd going. Once you have the attention of the crowd, nothing else matters. You can go on Facebook.com/Matthew Sanchez Music, and also Matthew Sanchez Music on YouTube and all the social media.
Everyone knows you can find art in an art museum, but during the summer in Worcester, it can be found in a more spacious and natural setting. You can find art in the park. Watch how art can turn an ordinary park into an outdoor living museum. One of Worcester's most popular attractions is held every summer in historic Elm Park. Ever since 2008, Art in the Park has been a highly anticipated event in the Worcester community. Every June, artists from the city and beyond fill Elm Park with their art pieces, with the hope of inspiring creative thought and exposing diverse points of view to all of its visitors. Some of the visitors this year include Rosanna, Edmund, and Josh. Rosanna Washington, a 22-year-old local pedestrian, prefers to take strolls by the park to see the art pieces whenever she can. While she plans to study law in the future, she also has a creative side from having taken an honors art class in high school. Edmund Opong, a North High graduate who plans to study psychology in the fall at Bridgewater State, has a deep appreciation for art, influenced by his hobby of drawing and art history background. Local resident Joshua Gadaway drives by the park to get to the supermarket, and he's always attracted to the art, especially at night when it lights up. Although currently pursuing a business degree, he finds his background in graphic design still has a huge influence in his life. Art in the park is like a scavenger hunt. Original creations lay everywhere, from trees to lampposts, and even on water. There are currently 25 works on display. From afar, the sculptures and art pieces look like they were made out of expensive materials, but many on display are made from recycled goods.
I think it is really great as recycled, because we always need more new innovative ways to use our unwanted goods, and why not turn to something really great like this, where everyone could just go out and look and watch and take pictures. It's just really extraordinary.
There are other artists that use trash as art too, so I like that they made it with recyclable material.
I think it's wonderful at night. You drive by, you get to see how colorful the park is. I think it's excellent that they're using recycled material, because we only have one planet. We all need to do our part to recycle, make sure we use and reduce as much as we possibly can.
What's that? How'd they make it? Can I touch it? The curiosity attracts many people of all age groups, especially because it's all in one convenient location.
I see kids walk by all the time. They enjoy. I think it's nice that we have something out in the public where anyone can come by and see.
I think it's really good because everyone will get to see it, like runners, walkers, drivers. They could just look while they're being passed by traffic or while they're stopped in traffic and go like, maybe I should bring my kids here so they can see what I see and they can balance their ideas and criticize on what I like and what they like. We could swap opinions about this piece of art.
Especially kids, maybe get their minds thinking about what they want to do. And maybe it'll spark that one creative spark that might lead them into art.
The Art in the Park's mission is to present public art to a broad community, to promote the works of artists, to enhance outdoor spaces, enrich lives, and create visibility for the greater Worcester area. The Art in the Park brings people outside for fresh air and socializing.
Yeah, I think it's very colorful, unique. You don't get to, not every park has this, so it's nice to come by to this park where it's more, brings people together.
Everyone who strolls through the park gets attracted to one very special art piece in particular, whether it be its silliness, creativity, or symbolic meaning.
For example, the castle behind me. I myself love it.
Favorite art piece is the one behind me. I think it's very colorful with the blue. It reminds me of a dog with an airplane flying overhead.
My favorite art piece is gotta be the one in the lake by my old art teacher in East Middle, Miss Lord. She made a really great one with white trees in the pond, and I find that really inspiring and creative to look at.
It's wonderful to see people taking pictures with and of the art. Not every art piece can be touched, but the ones that can are very popular with the children.
I'll still bring my nieces because most art you can't touch, and they're young, so they could be able to touch the art, they won't break it.
My brother Lee is a photographer. I would love to bring his son Lucas here sometime so he can maybe create and see the wonderful joys of the park.
The exhibit had to overcome a new adversity this year in order to be ready for opening day. On Sunday, June 14th, some of the works were vandalized overnight. The destruction hurt not only the artists, but the community as a whole. The citizens of Worcester were upset to see how a harmless collection of art could cause others to act irrationally.
I think vandalism is just wrong in general, but I don't know why they want to just vandalize something that someone's worked so hard on for. And they just want to bring it to the public and trust that it will be safe. And it just feels like the artists just had their trust violated by people that just want to goof around and didn't really care or see the value in this art.
Honestly, I don't like when anything is vandalized in Worcester because people, especially artists, go through so much to actually get something done. And when it is vandalized, it doesn't only hurt that individual, it hurt the city too, because the city is putting this on display for a reason. And when that reason is destroyed, a part of Worcester is like in crumble.
I think it's nice that Worcester spent some extra money to bring it back up. I think it's horrible that how people would vandalize such a beautiful art piece. It's only there just for it to help the community.
The incident may have dampened spirits initially, but the support showed by the city and the community quickly turned those thoughts around. The city increased security and installed new surveillance cameras in an effort to prevent any more of these acts from happening in the future. The art in the park truly is a melting pot of cultures on display beside the beauty of nature.
I think it's very helpful for culture to see what other people's imagination can lead and create, and maybe it'll help bring Worcester together as one big happy family.
I think that art is really essential for everyone, including myself, because nowadays you don't really get to see that.
I think this art in the park is just really marvelous to look at. I mean, Allen Park hasn't had many attractions, and doing this just brings so many more people to actually come to the park.
So when you're walking through the park, you honestly go like, this art is really different.
Culture is what the people think culture is. And the people of Worcester, and not just Worcester, but we have art from Virginia and other states like that. So this is pretty much the culture of America symbolized in this one park. And America has so many varieties of culture. Just by looking at the art pieces, there's no one art piece that's alike. Even these sculptures around me, none are really alike. It just shows how diverse America is.
Remember, the Worcester Art Museum isn't the only place to find art during the summer. Make sure to visit next year's Art in the Park to feed your cultural appetite. Thanks for watching another episode of Worcester's Cultural Buzz. As always, I encourage you to participate in any local cultural happenings. We want to see you out and buzzing about.